Today we're going to look at something that has to do with true crime. I'm going to show you an actual attempt at a heist for $7 million of jewelry. And if you're ready, let's get going. All right, so normally we would go through some sort of psychology, either behavioral or developmental or something like that. But today I want to put a little bit of that to work using a technique that I learned when being trained by the FBI. And this video is going to have 3 sections. The first part will be the distractions that you need to be looking for to see if someone might potentially be trying to rob you. And the second part is the crime itself. And yes, just like the picture shows, she literally tries to put $7 million of jewelry between her legs. In the last part of this video, I want to show you 7 different types of people who rob and see if you can figure out which one she is. Here we go. Now, she walks into the vault. She is playing the part perfectly. She's well dressed. She looks professional. But look, do you notice the hat? You might think to yourself, why does that matter? When you're in robbery training, a lot of this matters, and a hat can be used as a distraction. I'll show you how. It can be used the same way as a band-aid on your face. Because if you try to rob a place and you get out, what is the person going to say to the police? I'm not exactly sure what the person looked like, but I know they had a band-aid on their face. The next thing are scars. Many are applied that are phony. Again, if you're asked by the police, what did this person look like? More than likely, you will remember the scar and not much else. And the last part is this. This is an actual robbery. What do you notice about the guy? You notice that he's wearing a hat. So the first thing to watch for when you're looking at distractions is, are they wearing anything that is meant to catch my attention? Most people will just remember the odd thing, the band-aid, the scar, or the hat, rather than how tall they were, what color their eyes were, or anything else. So now let's watch the crime. Again, as she walks in, she sits down. This is the part I want you to pay special attention to. She's been shown $7 million of jewelry, and she insists on wrapping it and taping it herself with a package that she brought in all by herself. But this is clearly against company policy. Now watch what happens. What the guy doesn't know is she has another identical one inside her bag. As she tries to put it inside her bag, see it here? He's stopping her. He said, listen, we can't have you do that. But what he doesn't know is she's already got one prepared inside her bag that looks like that. See this one that she's pulling out? It looks identical to the one she just wrapped by hand. And as she stands up, he has noticed it, but she doesn't realize it. He goes to grab it, as you see here, and she fights him a little bit, but watch what she does. She doesn't know for sure, should I fight him on that or should I watch the bag? And he grabs the bag and he heads for the door. She pulls the bag back to start going through it to see if she can get rid of some evidence. But what she doesn't notice is the man is shutting the vault door. And this is where it gets weird. This is the part you're probably here for.
We have a lady here who tried to scam us. We locked her in the safe.
Notice what she does. I think I'll stick it up here. Let's zoom in so you can see it better. There, and zoom in yet again. As you can see, this is not going to go over well, as she takes the time to destroy the phony package that she made, but it's too late because here are the police. She's trying to say, look, I didn't take anything. Now that you know that the distraction was the hat, and you also saw the crime itself, now see if you can figure out which one of these do you think she is. There are 7 different types of people who rob. See if you can figure out which one she is. All right, number 1 is an addictive, compulsive person. People with psychological difficulties such as OCD or low serotonin may have an uncontrollable impulse to steal. Often they feel guilt and regret afterwards, but the actual act of the stealing is an urge you're unable to resist. If you think that's her, put number 1 in the comment section. Number 2 is the professional. Now these people do it as career criminals. And why do they do it? To resell for a profit. So if you think that's what she's doing, put number 2. Number 3 is an addict. Much like gambling, for some people, shoplifting is an addiction they struggle to overcome. So if you think she's an addict, put number 3. Number 4, the impoverished. People that are cash-strapped might turn to shoplifting, but they do it to steal items they need to survive, like food, hygiene products, or baby products. If you think that's her, put number 4. Number 5 is the thrill seeker. Why do they do this? Because it gives them an adrenaline rush and they constantly want to experience the chase. If you think that's her, put number 5. Number 6 is the unintentional. These are people who accidentally leave the store. They don't intend to do this. And once they realize it, they will usually return with an apology. If you think that's her, put number 6. And the last one, kleptomaniacs. Kleptomania is a psychological disorder that gives people an uncontrollable urge to steal. It's similar to OCD. People just can't resist the temptation. So if you think she's a kleptomaniac, put number 7. Which one do you think it is? Well, the answer is number you're still here, do me a favor, click on one of these other videos. I'll be back shortly in the next one. See you then.